Okay, so what we said is that the you- one thing that we have learned, and all these questions which we asked, the I would ask you to make sure that these questions are highlighted, and not necessary that you have to get the answer right away in one single group discussion. Not necessary. Just keep asking these questions, and to yourself, to others. Even if you think that you got answer, and don't feel complacent. Keep exploring more, and and you may get stuck. You may think that this is answer, and entertain questions from others. With respect to the answer that you think you got, entertain questions from others, and if the questions again make you think deeper, this is when you're growing. So with this in mind, what we said this morning is that we all have the capacity to experience the. Do you remember the example of the diamond in the showroom and the diamond in the ditch? So in our case, there's no difference in the diamond. The only thing is that the diamond in the ditch needs to be picked up, cleaned it, and put in the showroom. That becomes the showroom diamond. So this is the meaning of the awakening. We have the seed of awakening. Seed of awakening means we are yet to be awakened. The seed of awakening needs to be awakened. So what is that seed of the awakening like? That is also referred to as the. So meanwhile, they say, I start with a very simple vernacular language. From there, we'll go then into the technical side. And technical side, don't worry, that is going to be too technical that I may not be able to follow. Don't worry about that. We'll try to explain it. Once you get a concept, then we'll use the technical words. So this is how we go deeper, deeper, deeper. Because that if you don't have the ground, then the text which we're going to study is going to be a little technical. And yes, you will really love it, and very precious for us, very meaningful. But the ground is very important. So with this in mind, what we call as each one of us having the diamond, that is the Buddha nature. And technically, it is also referred to as the Tathagata Garbha. That seed of perfection within you is technically known as Tathagata Garbha. Tathagata meaning the one who has gone to the ultimate. Tathagata, the one who has gone to the ultimate, the one who has gone to the thusness or the ultimate. Garbha is the essence. One who has gone to the ultimate, meaning ultimate of what you experience, what you want to experience, fearlessness and infinite happiness. And the Garbha is the essence of the the one who's gone to the ultimate, which means that we all have the essence to go to the ultimate. What is that ultimate? When I say go to ultimate, don't just mentally think that there's some very mysterious land to go. No. Even all these, make sure that you understand these. And we may not touch it today, but over the next 10 days, you must get the answer to all these things. Whatever you say should make sense. Not only it should make sense to you, and some people, they think that it makes sense to you, but then the moment you share with some other people get lost, or they may have more questions to you which you may not be able to answer, which means that what you think that you got the answer or you understood it, you have not fully understood it. So this is how we have to keep growing. So this is known as the Tathagata Garbha, or the Buddha nature, and this is present in everyone. And remember, the Buddha discovered it. The Buddha did not invent it. Buddha did not create it. This is reality that existed within us since time immemorial, way before Big Bang. And some of us from physics background, you may think that what is before Big Bang? Big Bang is the origin. No, even the physicists, they disagree with this. For example, like Professor Roger Penrose, again a Nobel laureate in physics, and Professor Michio Kaku, of course he is not a Nobel laureate, but his level of the Nobel laureate. Professor Michio Kaku, again, they all disagree that the Big Bang is the starting point of time and space. In other words, there is something beyond this, before that. Okay, so the Buddha discovered it. Buddha did not invent it, Buddha did not create it. And so this is what we need to remember. So having said this, the approach that we need to take since this morning, I've been encouraging that we need to take the approach of analysis, inquiry, investigation, and no blind faith. This is extremely important. And I remember the same professor, the physicist in Cambridge, when I had the encounter with him, at one point he very boldly said that in this universe only physics is education. And how many from education now, according to him? How many are from physics background? Don't say that I did physics in school. You're getting it? Okay. Okay, who did the masters in physics? No one. Okay, which one? No? You're engineer. So engineer, you have to do physics, no? Okay. Okay. Yes, over there. Engineer. How many engineers raise a hand? Vijayla and the girl here, 2 engineers. More? Over there, Indrajitji. Okay, 3. Okay, so what I'm saying is that so what he said is that in this world, only physics is education. Right? So we're all not from education except for 1, 2, 3, right? So we are not from education, okay, according to him. And I asked him, why? Why you think only physics is education? And he said that because only physics allows you to have critical thinking, and all others are imitations of the earlier teachers. Okay. So English linguist, you copy, you imitate Shakespeare, right? True, to great extent. Okay, so then I said that, okay, if this reason, then listen to what the Buddha has to say. I quoted Buddha, who said that the bhikshus, meaning the monks and the wise people, just as the goldsmith tests the purity of the gold, like by cutting, burning, and rubbing the gold, you should also examine my words and put them into practice, not simply because you respect me. This is what the Buddha said. And he remained silent for a few seconds, and he said, oh, the Buddha must have been a great physicist. Okay, so the idea here is that just maintain an open mind to keep exploring and not to follow blindly. It doesn't mean that, of course, it doesn't mean that we have all the answers, because we need to upgrade our hardware. You're getting it? Our intelligence needs to be upgraded. How to upgrade the intelligence? In other, how to sharpen the intelligence? Keep exploring, keep studying, listen, invite questions from other people, think about these things, particularly, for example, like the courses. This afternoon is this going to be the second day of this course. So like this, I say listen to thoughts for me also. I need to listen to other people. In fact, I benefited a lot from meeting with the scholars from different traditions, doing the different conferences. Extremely helpful, because they come up with different ways of looking at things. And sometimes, okay, I was not expecting this kind of answer, but There are various ways of looking at things. So this is something that we need to learn. So the idea is, they say, think of answers, responses to these questions. Meanwhile, listen to others also. Listen to others, and then see how to sharpen your intelligence and sharpen the information you've learned. So that's very important. So try to stay away from blind faith as much as possible, and then sharpen your intelligence, and then try to keep studying. Don't think that, okay, now I finished my studies, now it's my time to keep meditating. All these should go side by side. Study, reflection, and meditation. These three things should go side by side. Even if we are to breathe the last, still these three things must go side by side. Okay, so with this in mind, what we said is that we all have this diamond-like Buddha nature, Tathagata Garbha. Now, this diamond, but we don't see this. We don't see this. And at times we feel so sad. For no reason, people are very sad. Where's the diamond? Where is the fearlessness? Where's the infinite happiness? I don't see it. I don't see it. Where is it? Look, say, sometimes for no reason, early morning you get up, the whole your being seems so pulled down, dragged down, feeling so low. How many felt it once? At least once. Raise hands. For no reason. Brother TVO? Huh? Seldom. It does happen. Okay. Okay. So the same, when these things happen, then you really wonder, really start to have a doubt that, is it true that I have a Buddha nature? So this question, for this, what we need to keep in mind is that the seniors, you already know this, but then the younger ones, these thoughts are so precious. For example, say, I don't see this Buddha nature within me. Buddha nature means fearlessness and infinite happiness. I don't have the infinite happiness. Opposite of fear, opposite of happiness is the sadness, gloominess, feeling low. Okay, anyone from Scandinavian countries? Okay, over there, one, right? Okay, anyone having been through a very cold winter? Raise hands. Cold winter? Tutanla. Huh? Huh? No. Cold winter. Some people feel cold, so cold, even in 40 degrees centigrade. That is different story. That is different story, right? I'm saying cold weather, which seems like minus, right? Okay, raise hands those who have that experience. And what is that like? So when do you tend to feel low? More during the hot season or the cold season? Cold season. You're getting it? When everybody went into the nest, right? You don't hear any sound. Pin drop silent and but dark, foggy, cold, and your mind also is like this drooping, right? So they're feeling so low. How many felt it? Resents? Omar? Never. Where? Dharamsala or in England? Huh? Did you hear what Omar is saying? Did you hear his accent? Huh? Okay. Huh? Jimela, you imitate what? Right? Can you can you mimic him well? Okay, Jimela, you are the amazing entertainer. Thank you so much. Where does Jimela? Everybody's happy. Yeah, okay, thank you, Jimela. Okay, let's say that when these things happen, when you feel sad, what is the Buddha nature? Right? At times we can really feel hopelessness. So there we need to be convinced of the Buddha nature. So how? Let me give you this example. This is so important, and see if it makes sense. So these are the like the eye-opening the information, eye-opening instructions. So let's say that okay, the the two girls, 19 years old, and the other girl, what's your name? Sonam Drama. Okay, Sonam Drama, do you know Yamuna River? So it's clean to drink. Are you sure? Did you see that? You never see, huh? You've seen that. Okay, it's not clean to drink. Okay, so those people who did not know what is Yamuna River, check with Sonam Jamala. She will tell you it's not clean to drink. So let's say that it's extremely hot weather and you are extremely thirsty, and somebody brought water from Yamuna. You want to drink it? If you trust Sonam Jamala, you'll not drink it. Why? Because it is dirty. You're getting it? And you look at inside, nowhere you see any clean water. Inside is dirty everywhere. Likewise, if you look at a mind, you see that everywhere it is full of sadness, is full of unhappiness, sadness, or sometimes anger, agitation, irritation. You agree? So nowhere you see Buddha nature, nowhere you see happiness or infinite happiness. Okay, now the same water, dirty water, you subject this to purification process like reverse osmosis and ultrafiltration. So with these processes, the very clean water comes out. Let's not forget it. Clean water comes out. The next, my question is, this clean water, where did it come from? This is my first question. Clean water, where did it come from? The first question. You don't have to answer now. Now, let's say this singing bowl, perhaps brass, let's say brass. And let's say that you have seen a golden singing bowl, meaning singing bowl made of gold, solid gold, golden singing bowl. And you have seen this somewhere, the golden singing bowl, and you want this to become a golden singing bowl made of gold. And the dirty water, you want clean water, it become clean. Now this brass singing bowl, you want to have it golden singing bowl. Oh, so the dirty water become clean. The brass singing bowl can also become a golden singing bowl. So what you do is that you remove the brass particles to make it gold. What happened to singing bowl? It disappears. It will not be. Don't expect that this brass singing ball will become a golden singing ball, but remove the brass particles. You're getting it. The singing ball will disappear. But in the case of water, you remove the dirt and the filth from the dirty water. Instead of the water disappearing, water becomes very clean. Do you see the contrast? In the case of water, when you remove the dirt, instead of the water disappearing, water becomes extremely clean. Okay, how many have seen really, really, really clean water? Really clean water. Just you see it, and something moves inside your being, so clean. How many seen the raise hands? Okay, Yurila, tell me, where did you see? Not in Sara. Okay, the first answer is the correct. Second answer is not too sure. The second answer said yes, but that is yes, not really. Okay. Japan, yes. Okay, very clean water. Very clean water. Okay, anyone else raise hands? Where do you see this clean water? The boy over there, what's your name? Reason, tell me, where? Oh, okay. That's amazing. Are you sure? So there are many young boys and girls from Ladakh. I can check with them also. Common? I agree with you. I agree. It's common there. Anyone else? Anyone else? Yes.
Where Ganges originate, Gangotri.
Okay, Gangutri, you've been there? Ah, very good. Okay, anyone else? Okay, in fact, in my case, I remember 2 occasions. These are very important. You're getting it? When you start connecting what you're learning with your being, I described see the water and something moves inside. You're getting it? Doesn't move with amazement. Wow, that feeling. When you're able to connect like this, whatever you learn, the philosophy, psychology will become extremely profound. You got to. This is very important. So twice it happened. One was so here Trient. Trient is about like 2 hours from here. Huh? How many hours? Trient, 3-4 hours. Look, Rajendra didn't go there. Huh?
2 hours, but you have to climb, it takes another 2 hours. 2 hours, you need to climb up.
Oh yes, I was thinking of so like Dharamsala is right here. I was thinking of being in Tushita and then talking about Trient. Okay, so let's say 4 hours. So what the Yingjila said, 2 hours to get there, Dharamsala, and from there again and a 2 hours climb. You're right. So there was one experience. Another experience was in Delhi. Very strange. In Delhi. So there, one day I was in the washroom and the bucket there, the water was extraordinarily clear, crystal clear. Seeing this, something was moving inside me with so much of feeling of the awe and the pleasantness. Right? Nobody brought this clean water so that he'll be happy. Nobody. Guess how this crystal clear water came into being. How? Anyone? Guess? Guess? Okay, Jimal is raising his hands. I'm just wondering if that is. Okay, yes, Jimal, tell me.
In your case, like you keep a water for a long time, so the dust will.
Which means we have no experience. You have only seen the Ladakh water. Ladakh water, you don't have to keep it for long. Long shot is crystal clear all the time.
I was in the university, I put the same.
Okay, are you sure? Okay. So Yamuna water, we keep it like this. No need, no need of purification process. It's different. Okay, usually tell me. You have no clue. Same. Okay, anyone? There's no tap filter. It's a regular tap. Okay, but yes, in Shugila, you want to say something? No, then Shugila. Did you hear it before? Okay, in a way, was your girl the name? Your name? Pal or Palk? Palak. Okay. So what Palak said, the concept is the same. What she said, her guess is accurate guess, and the exact answer is what Shugila said. What happened was that the water tap was not working, functioned too well. So therefore, however much I close the tab, I say it still drips, tick, 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 which means that the flow of the water from the tank is very forceful, but then the water doesn't go out full because it's closed, and yet it's dripping, which means that water tap is serving as a filter. You're getting it? As a serving as a filter. So all the dust, they did not really naturally settle. They've been blocked by the water tap. It blocked, it serves as a filter, and the very clean water came out. And then the next morning I saw that, wow, I was so impressed. Amazing. Something inside moves with the feeling of the pleasantness. You're getting it? Okay. So my question to you is that in the case of the water, dirty water, you remove the dirt, and instead of the water disappearing, what happened to the water? Water became extremely clean. All the drinking water that we have, bottled water that we get from the shop, is all gone through this process. In the case of the singing bowl, brass singing bowl, expecting this to become a golden singing bowl, remove the brass particles. Instead of the brass singing bowl become a golden singing bowl, the singing bowl disappears. You getting it? What's the difference between the two? Anyone? What's the difference between the two? Anyone? Quick to save time. Quick, save time. The girl here. Okay, so the Yamuna River water before is dirty. Okay, and what is the brass? Brass is brass. It was like this from Big Bang. Then what's your name? Mendola. Very good. Don't forget about Mendola said. Anyone else? Anyone else? Yes, the girl here.
It doesn't have gold particles.
It is not gold particles. With the water?
So water is already pure and touched or removed. So by purification process.
What's your name?
Rina.
Okay, listen what Rina said. Don't forget what Medok said. Anyone else? Raise hands. Or the boy over there?
Change in the main body, sir. He said water is still there, and after purifying, water is still there. But brass and gold are totally different things. So if we put the golden plate over there, then brass will also remain like that. Water is still there.
Okay, is there anybody from chemistry background? Or just tell me what is the element of gold? How many protons are there in the gold element? Gold element, yes. Gold atom. How many? Okay, people quickly go to Google. I know, right? Okay, so let's say the gold maybe 60 something or 70 something. I'm not too sure. 70 atoms, right? So even the brass atoms, if the number of the protons is less than the gold, then you add more protons to it, it becomes a gold atom. You getting it? Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Can anybody try? Yes. With the water? First water.
The water, the nature of the water is what is pure before it got dirty. But like the nature of the brass was never good. So
Okay, so this girl is saying, this Vedana is saying that the water, the true nature of the water is pure, whereas the brass singing bowl, the true nature of the brass singing bowl is not gold. So this is what Vedana is saying, this is what Rina is saying, this is what Mendola is saying. In fact, all these three come to the same point. You're getting it? However dirty the water is, the true nature of the water is always clean. You're getting it? Whereas when the water is dirty, you just see which part of the water is clean. You will never find it. Remove the dirt, and the true nature manifests, which is the purity. You're getting it? Although nowhere in the water, dirty water, you will see clean water, but that the true nature of water is obscured by the adventitious dirt. The true nature of the water, which is pure, that is being obscured by the adventitious dirt, water pollutants. You remove the pollutants, then the true nature gets a chance to manifest, which is the perfect purity. With the brass, the true nature of the brass singing bowl is brass. So you remove the brass particles, you are removing the true nature. Whereas when you remove the dirt of the water, you are not removing the true nature. You are removing the adventitious nature of the water. And then what happens? Adventitious nature of the water and the true nature, these two are separated. Remove the adventitious nature and the true nature of the water being very pure, it manifests. So our mind, luckily, however defiled, dirty, defiled our mind is, it is not like the brass singing ball. It is like the dirty water. You're getting it? No matter how much dirty, how much defiled our mind is, the true nature of mind is extremely pure. Extremely pure. So our job is to remove the mental dirt. Remove the mental dirt, then the purity of the mind will manifest. This example. So with this, so did you get some idea? Okay, with the water I understand that if the dirt is removed, then the true nature of water is extremely crystal clear. Just seeing of which will make your mind to feel, get the feeling of awe, wonder, amazement. Okay, now can you imagine what is that? The Yamuna water, not from the source, Delhi, when it reaches Delhi, not drinkable. That water, however dirty that water is, the true nature of that water is clean. How many of you now agree? Raise hands. And not just intellectually you agree, but mentally you can imagine that. Yes, if you remove the dirt, it's so pure as this water, as clean as this water. Yes. If you agree with this, this is our mind. Our mind, likewise, however defiled our mind is, true nature of mind is so pure. When the true nature of mind manifests, it manifests in three forms. It manifests many qualities, but particularly three qualities: perfect love, perfect knowledge, and perfect power. Perfect love, perfect knowledge, and perfect power. Three. And again, when I say, when your mind manifests true nature, these three qualities will be manifest. When I say this, I'm making a statement. I'm making a statement. We have to study this. How true it is. How true it is. How true is it that your mind, my mind, if the mental defilements are gone, it can manifest in the form of these three perfections. Okay. If we manifest these three qualities, then what happens is that manifest these three qualities, then the mind, it is like, for example, the Arya Nagarjuna. Which century? Arya Nagarjuna. 2nd century. There is discrepancy there. Generally, some believe that 2nd century, 1st century AD, or generally. So Arya Nagarjuna, he gave a beautiful example. He gave a beautiful example. Say several examples, and I like to share with you the first one. Okay, the first one, let's say if you have a fireproof jacket or fireproof, okay, let's say jacket, and if it drops in a mud, it becomes very dirty, or maybe in grease, it becomes very dirty. Then what you do is that, because it's a fireproof, what do? You put it in the fire. What happens? The jacket will be burned? Huh? Jacket will be burned or not? No, jacket will not be burned because it's fireproof. So what happened then? Huh? The grease, the mud, they all will be burned. So when you remove the jacket, it comes out very clean. You're getting it? So this dirty jacket, fireproof jacket, this is the metaphor of your mind. Mind which cannot be burned by anything. And the dirt of the jacket is like mental defilements. And the fire is the fire of the wisdom. Fire of the wisdom. When you expose this mind with this our own mind, which is full of mental defilements. When you expose this mind to the fire of the wisdom will burn the mental defilements and not the mind. When the mind comes out, mind is very clean and pure. You're getting it? Okay. So this is a metaphor given. Metaphor, your job is that use that metaphor. Don't just be complacent, saying, oh, now I got the answer. No, you don't. We do not get the answer still. This metaphor, with the metaphor, you can see that it is possible. It is possible that such things can happen. But is it really the thing that happens or not? That we have to analyze, study more. One. Then another example that he gave, beautiful example that he gave, is that, so from this we need to this will help us, to inspire us that I'm not a hopeless person. I do have the potential to say be successful in what I want. So another example given is that the true nature of mind, and these examples say in what way the examples are given. Our job is eventually to see that these examples are so befitting with the nature of our mind. Say, if you want to read the book, and okay, let's say that you have the exam the next day and you want to burn the midnight oil. Hey Drishti, what does it mean by burning the midnight oil? Burning the midnight oil. Anyone else? Burning the midnight oil. Yes, put effort. Keep on burning the light so that you study whole night, right? You don't study the last few months, the last tomorrow exam, and then study how many you did it. Be very honest, raise hands. Okay, so many there, right? If you don't know what is meant by burning midnight oil, ask them, right? There are many seniors. Don't copy that. Okay, so say that you have exam tomorrow, and then you think, okay, I'll study tonight. And tonight there's a power cut. Power cut, there's no light at all, light source. Then you come to me and I said, don't worry, you go to room A, and the room A, there's a light there. There's a candle burning there. Not candle, obviously there's a light there. And you go there and there's no light. You come, there's no light. I said, there's 100% there's a light there. You said, there's no light. Did you see something there, like a picture? You said, yes, something is there. Okay, the light is inside that. You're getting it? The light is inside there. And then how do you know that there's a light inside? How can I trust you? So you do one thing, you punch a hole. You punch a hole to this pitcher, to this vase or to the pitcher, and then see what happens. You go there, punch a hole, what happens? From this hole, from inside, the light beams forth. And then still you want to know, is there really a light which can illuminate everything? Then break the vase. Break the vase, what happens? Then light will flow to all the directions effortlessly. It spreads everywhere. You're getting it? Okay. So this light inside the pitcher is the metaphor for your Buddha nature. Zero perfection within you. Zero perfection within you. And this pitcher, which traps the light, which does not allow the light to manifest its true nature. What's the true nature of this light? To be in the pitcher or to spread everywhere? To spread everywhere. And but it's not spreading. You do not see the light because the light was trapped by the pitcher. What's the pitcher metaphor for what? But pitcher is metaphor for the mental defilements. These mental defilements within us, they trap the true nature of mind, the mind from manifesting its true nature. The mental defilements block you. How the mental defilements block you? We have to study this. This is extremely beautiful information, beautiful knowledge, beautiful wisdom. We have to learn these things. Then you see that, wow, that's amazing. Somebody said, who was that? What is your name? The gentleman over there this morning who said that, and the not being affected by any factors. Your name? Abhinash. So what Abhinav said, that when the vase is broken, that light manifests as true energy. It just spreads across freely. So that is when your Buddha nature manifests, that nothing can stop it. Nothing can affect your mind. You're getting it? Nothing can affect. That is a total freedom. Who said freedom? Was it mean happiness? To be free. Your name? Staff. What Staff said is to be free. So look, when the picture is broken, what happens? Then the light inside flows freely without being obstructed by any other factors. You're getting it? So that is when your mind feels absolute freedom, nothing obstructing you. You're getting it? That's the meaning of ultimate happiness. Infinite happiness. And this light is way more powerful than the ordinary light. Ordinary light may travel to 10 kilometers, 100 kilometers. For example, for some stars, they travel to like what distance? A few light years. This light years they may travel to that, but it'll come to an end at one point. But this, the light of your mind, the truth of mind, it travels freely at every atom of the universe. Every atom of the universe. Nothing can block it. This is true nature of mind. So when that happens, then they say your mind, for example, my mind, my eye consciousness comes in contact with comes in contact with this flower, maybe 16 years old. Okay, 16 years old, yeah. But it means very strong. About 16 years. Okay, so when your eye consciousness or your mind, eye consciousness or sense perception meets with this flower, you recognize the flower. You're getting it? So your mind, when the mental defilements are removed completely, when the picture is broken, then the light of your mind travels to every atom of the universe, nobody blocking it. No factor affecting it, stopping it. It flows everywhere. So the moment it comes with every atom, it knows every atom. This is known as the omniscience. Omniscient mind. Your mind becomes omniscient, meaning that Buddha, the full awakened one, omniscient. Okay. So with this, now the mental defilements can be removed on two levels. Mental defilements can be removed on two levels. The grosser one and the subtlest. When you remove the grosser one, the subtle one still left, then it's partially awakened. Partially awakened means the light inside can travel, but it is still not fully traveling. It is still partly it is blocked because the subtle mental defilements are there. So we see that true nature of mind is like this light inside the pitcher. When you break the pitcher, it travels to infinity. This is known as the omniscient mind, and because it travels to infinity, infinite ease. So for example, how many of you can imagine that if you are the bound by rope and put in a small cell or a prison, bound by rope, for one day you'll feel so suffocated, resents? You can imagine that. Okay, now if you are bound for 10 days, more suffocated or less suffocated? More suffocated. Then mentally you become more and more agitated. And then in a very small cell, a small prison. And then the prison guard, he removes the rope, but you're still in the cell. Are you feel better? Not better. You feel better. What is better? What is the best? You get out of the cell. You get out of the prison. You're getting it? Where you can travel freely everywhere. That nothing should block you. You're getting it? Okay. So, say what blocks our mind? What prisons our mind? what imprisons our mind. This is known as mental defilement. And the mental defilement, because that we seek two things. What are two things that we seek? Fearlessness and infinite happiness. We seek these two things. And fearlessness, we seek, but we don't have it. Infinite happiness, we seek, we don't have it. But we have the seeds for both. These seeds of the true nature is being blocked by the mental defilements. So now these mental defilements, because that you have two goals or the two potentials, and these are blocked by the two mental defilements. So the one defilement which blocks the fearlessness, which blocks me from experiencing fearlessness. That is technically known as the afflictive obscurations. The one which blocks us from attaining the fearlessness, that is known as the afflictive obscurations. One which blocks us from attaining infinite happiness is known as cognitive obscurations. Okay, cognitive obscurations and infinite happiness. What is that? Afflictive obscurations. So for this we need to, I usually give the analogy. Let's say that somebody smashed a garlic in my mug, and then I said that, oh, who I don't take garlic, who smashed garlic, and then you owned up, say, I'm very sorry, I did it. Then you remove the garlic so well, wash it under the running water, and there's no solid garlic. You agree? You smell? It still smells garlic. So solid part is gone, but a subtle smell is left. Which is easier to be removed, the solid part of the garlic or the subtle smell of the garlic? Solid part of the garlic is easier to be removed in comparison with removing the subtle smell of the garlic. So the metaphor for this solid part of the mental defilements is known as afflictive obscurations, and the subtle smell of the garlic, like the mental defilements, is known as cognitive obscurations. And the first one, solid part, known as afflictive obscurations, the presence of which stops you from attaining fearlessness. And the fearlessness technically referred to as nirvana. And the subtle smell of the garlic-like mental defilements, it stops us from attaining infinite happiness, which is technically known as Buddhahood. Let's not forget it. This is very important. Now, what we know is that we know that deep inside we have two aspirations: aspiration for fearlessness and aspiration for infinite happiness. And we all have the potential for these two aspirations to be accomplished. We have the potentials also, and the potentials are blocked by the two defilements. You're getting it? Okay. Now you may be wondering, what exactly are these defilements? How can we identify these? If you learn these things, that will be extremely helpful in ways that you can just keep observing your mind and gradually just observe your mind, and you can see so many things in your mind. It's amazing. For that, we have to learn. So, what exactly is afflictive obscuration? What exactly is cognitive obscuration? First, what exactly is afflictive obscuration? Afflictive obscuration, we see that broadly speaking, it is of two kinds. One is contaminated karmas. Contaminated karmas, meaning they say the wrong actions, killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, and all these wrong actions, contaminated karmas, and the motivation to drive us into these actions. In other words, afflictions. Contaminated karmas, we know. Karma means action. Don't think that karma, oh, I heard this word karma in a religious context. No, karma is not a religious context. Karma means action. We do good things, we do bad things. We practice mathematics, you become good in mathematics. You don't practice mathematics, you go in the pubs all the time, you become good in pubs. But young was, you don't know pubs. Young was, you don't know Sunam Jamala. You know pubs? You don't know. Don't know it better. It's good that you don't know that. So don't learn it. Angel, you know this? But you don't know. Very good. Okay. Don't learn it. Right? If somebody is coming to teach, Nivedita, block. All right? Don't let Angel learn what is puffs. Puffs means? Huh? Bar, where you drink. You're getting it? It's not a good place. Okay. Why is that it? Karmas, yes. So, if you practice mathematics, you become good at mathematics. If you study emptiness, keep studying, you become good in the study of emptiness. If you keep, telling lies, you become good at it. Right? Sometimes you become so expert in it that somebody says something, you don't even think. Automatic lie comes. You become so good at it. Yeah. Puffs also, you can become very good at puffs. You're getting it? So the point is that what drives us, for example, say okay, do you see what's going in my mind now? You don't see. Okay, now you see what's going in my mind? What's going in my mind? Can you guess? The girl there? You want to guess? Here? Huh?
100%
That's amazing. Wonderful. Ravi. Oh, thank you. Wow. Wow. Ravi is still flowing in this morning session. Right? Still flowing in that. That's amazing. Okay, Drishi, tell me.
You're searching for something.
Okay. Searching for something?
The Ravi is also right to guess that.
Yes, he's right, of course. I said,
You want to drink the water.
yes, he is. So how did you know that I wanted to drink the? They say, my desire to drink the water is a mental or is a physical? It's a mental. You're not seeing my mind, but Ajit, you could infer that I'm thinking of the water. You're getting it? Ajit, you could infer. So then that desire makes me to go for the water, right? And then I drink it. So from there you got to know that, okay, this is action. Taking the water, drinking is karma. Yes, no. That is action, karma. So this karma is driven by the thought process, the desire to drink the water, which is purely thought process. That thought process, which is defiled thought process, which drives me, drives me to engage in some actions. These are known as afflictions. For example, like anger. Anger makes you to fight. Attachment makes you to grab at things. Greed. Okay, so what drives the karma is your afflictions. So they say, what constitutes the afflictive obscurations? Broadly speaking, two. One is contaminated karmas and the other one is afflictions. So immediate cause of our miseries is the contaminated karmas, and the contaminated karmas, they're driven by the afflictions. Okay, so that we need to keep in mind. And then we have to still go further, go deeper. For time being, just keep it there. What we said, what constitutes afflictive obscurations? Broadly speaking, twofold. What are they? Contaminated karmas and afflictions. Okay, let's not forget it. Now, what constitutes the cognitive obscurations? Okay, what constitutes the cognitive obscurations? So I give them, what example did I give? Subtle smell of the garlic. After removing the solid part, the smell left. So, like that, when the contaminated karmas afflictions, when they're removed, then a subtle smell of the subtle stains of the afflictive obscurations are left. This is known as cognitive obscurations. Some of you may be wondering, okay, tell me what exactly is that? How can I see that? Oh, yeah, how many are interested in this? Raise hands. Okay. So this, I cannot explain it now because it requires a lot of information, and maybe on day 8, day 8th day or day 8, somebody can bring this question up to me. Okay. Who's going to volunteer? I need volunteers to ask this question to me. Okay, one day, Kunjole, raise hands. Raise hands. Okay, those who are interested to know, raise hands. 1, Scott, staff. 2, okay, Tinsi Dedanla. 3, who? The girl there, your name? Zestun or Zestdul? Zestun. Okay, Zestun. Okay, now there are 5 of them. Raise hands once more. Higher up. And everybody look at them. Zestun, raise hands higher. Okay, the girl there, raise hand higher. Okay, look at them. Why I'm asking them to raise their hands high? The gentleman here, what's your name? Okil. Okay. Okil, raise hands. Full. Okay. Why I'm asking them to raise hands higher is so that you can identify them. That later on day 8, then day 10, I leave. Right? And in case if the answer is not answered, I'm not responsible. These people are responsible. You getting it? So therefore, don't blame me. Blame these people if you don't get answer by day 10 when I leave. Okay. So we have afflicted of the cognitive obscuration. Now, before we stop here for the lunch, say in the okay, there are two persons, and both are equally smart, very intelligent, and both want to become a professor in physics. And one is always found in the laboratory with the books, studying the books and doing experiments, and the other one is always in the pubs. Why are you laughing? All right, because he understands what I'm saying. You're getting it? Okay, let's see. What did I say? There are two persons, and both are extremely intelligent, and they both want to become professor in physics. And one is always studying physics, then the experimenting in the laboratory, doing the experiments, and the other one's always in the pubs. Pubs means bar drinking, always there. If one of the two, after like 10 years, one becomes a professor and the other not, just tell me, who most likely is the one who becomes the professor? First one. Which is the first one? The one who's studying well. Very good. So why the one person is studying so well and the other person not studying well? Why? What's the difference? What makes the difference? Guess.
Maybe because he thinks he is intelligent. Maybe because he thinks he is intelligent.
Okay, that's also interesting. Maybe the second one thinks that he's intelligent. The first one also thinks he's intelligent.
Like he wants to learn more.
The first one wants to learn more. Second one doesn't want to learn. Thinks that he knows already. First one wants to learn more. Want is aspiration to learn more. So to accomplish a goal, this is a message for all of us, you, me, all of us. Nobler the goal, the aspiration must be very strong. Chudrila. So Venerable Chudrila said that where the aspirations is gone, when the aspiration is missing, you will never achieve noble goals. Nobler the goals, greater the aspiration should we have. The driving force, aspiration should be stronger. So, in order to attain, which is easier, to become a professor or to become a Buddha? To become a professor is more difficult. Which means that these people really struggling to become professor, not become professor. Who's that represents? Vera? You know. Who said it? Didn't you said it? Okay, then said it. Right. Okay. So you tell me, what is more difficult to become, say, professor or the full awakening? Full awakening is more difficult. So more nobler the goal, the greater the aspirations required. You're getting it? To finish your undergrad is, they say, which requires more determination? To finish your undergrad or to finish PhD? To finish PhD requires a lot of determination. You're getting it? A lot of determination. As opposed to somebody who just is interested to complete the undergrad and leave. Okay, so with this in mind, we require the determination to remove the fears. It's not that easy. To acquire maximum happiness, infinite happiness, not that easy. These are very noble goals. So therefore, what determination is required? The determination to attain the fearlessness or nirvana is known as renunciation. The determination required, the drive required to attain nirvana, fearlessness, is known as renunciation. And the determination required to attain full awakening is known as bodhicitta. The determination required to attain full awakening is known as bodhicitta. What does it mean by renunciation? What does it mean by bodhicitta? That we have to study. Okay, we'll stop here. Hearts of the mantra. Deyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgate Bodhisvatyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgate Bodhisvatyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgate Bodhisvaha. Three precisions together.